Hello everybody, welcome to a little reading vlog. I'm going to be reading Iron Flame. How exciting. This is obviously by Rebecca Yarros, the second book in the Empyrean something. I'm very excited. I actually want to try finish this before the end of November, and it is currently the 25th of November. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I have 5 days to try finish this, and I love a little bit of a challenge. And obviously this is going to be a spoiler vlog because this is the second book in the series and I'm a little bit late to it, so I think most people have already read it. It is currently about 10:40 at night. I am, to be fair, like 50 pages in. That literally means nothing in the grand scheme of all of this. So hello everybody, it is now 12:11 past midnight, but I'm up to chapter 9, so I'm about 70 pages in. I really wanted to reach 100 pages. Alas, I started getting sleepy. Let me tell you what's been happening. So Xaden has obviously been gone to like the eastern border or whatever. I don't know, it's kind of going slowly at the moment. It feels like admin work. I have to talk about like what their timetable's gonna be like and how they're gonna have weekends off and things like that, and I'm just like, where's the sex? Where is Xaden? I can't remember exactly what he says, but him being like, the wait will be worth it. He's kind of being like, let's do enemies to lovers again. Okay, I don't know if Rebecca Yarros ran out of ideas or just knows that everyone loves enemies to lovers, so he's like, how can we do this again? I'll just make Violet hate Xaden for no reason. I just think the reason Violet is hating Xaden doesn't really make sense to me.
What rational person will say, oh, you're leading a rebellion and we're supposed to be enemies, you have to tell me everything. Every little secret. Like, bitch, you've known him 1 year. You've known him for a year. Let him have his secrets. Let him have his secrets. It's fine.
Liam's sister's here. No, I'm so sad. Yeah, I cannot remember her name at the moment. I'm interested to see the relationship between Dane and Violet change and grow, because I know there's that little sentence where she like reaches for his belt buckle or something. Okay. Oh, and this random prince is here. I don't know who you are yet, but we'll see. Good morning. I actually need my glasses. Hang on. It is now Sunday, nearly 10 a.m. and I'm still in bed because I'm sick. I have been reading this morning. I've read about 3 more chapters and it's still going pretty slow. But Nadine just cocked it. I will say, Rebecca Yarros is way too comfortable just killing off characters. And it scares me. I'm scared. This 4th year was just like,
where's Violet?
and Nadine was like,
I'm Violet.
And then he snapped her neck.
look how silly, goofy my dog is being right now. Like, what are you doing? So I'm up to chapter 12 and Violet has flown to see Xaden and they're making out right now, and I had to stop and pause because I cannot contain myself. Xaden, the words he says. Violet, you have no idea how badly I want to peel these pants off your amazing ass and fuck you until you're hoarse from screaming my name, so limp from orgasms that you cannot fathom ever leaving my bed again, and every tree around here goes up in flames from lightning strikes. This man needs a muzzle. Okay, it's been like 10 seconds since the last update. What the fuck is his hair doing? But Xaden just said something that was really fucking weird. Like, he was basically like, oh, I'm gonna kiss you whenever you want because I'll live with my mouth attached to yours if I do it whenever I want. Ew! I'm sorry, is that supposed to be hot? I've come outside to do some reading and just to get some fresh air, and I'm this much through Iron Flame now. I'm not really loving Violet at the moment, and I'm not too sure why. I can't really see how she got from character A to character B. I don't know. She's just seeming a little too cutthroat badass, and it's really giving I'm trying to be a if you know what I mean. Right now she just threatened Liam's sister and was like,
If you don't train, I'm not going to give your brother's letters to you.
and I don't really see how that fits with her character profile. Okay, I wasn't planning on doing an update tonight, but it's picking up. I am 230 pages in now. Rhiannon, Riddock, Sawyer, and Violet are all being interrogated, and Dane just walked in. Varish, I keep imagining him as the principal because he gives very Umbridge vibes, because he seems to like torturing the children. I hate him so much, and I was gonna go to sleep because it is 1 a.m. Oh, the next chapter is only like 2 pages, so I think I'm gonna read it. Because Dane just walked in. He's gonna put his hands on their head and he's gonna get into their memories. This is fucked up. It's been like a minute and I just started the next chapter, but I have a theory. I think General Varish is like a hypnotist, but Dane was actually a good boy and he said no and he walked away. Not Dane having the redemption arc. Hello. It is now Monday. It's like 2 p.m. I am now up to page 272. I'm struggling to put it down. It's like what I'm thinking about when I'm not reading. Oh, I love this feeling. What has been happening? So much. I can't really remember where I left off. Xaden and Mira's outpost got attacked and Xaden got injured, so Violet and Taryn skirted on over. There has been a steamy scene, a literal steamy scene, which is pretty funny because it was literally in like the showers of the gym. I think because I have a little bit of this issue, maybe not an issue, but it's an observation of Rebecca Yarros's writing.
I feel like for a book to be this big, I should not be struggling to imagine what certain rooms or what certain people look like.
Violet just got back from visiting Xaden. They had that steamy scene. Major Varish was like, I'm gonna search your things, and she had the knife, the dagger in her shoulder. Rhiannon was able to like pull the knife through the wall into Rhiannon's room, so it was all good. And now Violet's about to tell her friends what venin are. Okay, and I just glanced at the next line and she just says, I tell them everything. So hello, it is Tuesday, the 28th of November. I'm up to page 309. So I have reached over 300, which means we are on our way to finishing. Okay, so then I have 2 days to finish like over 300 pages.
They broke into the archives and they stole the 2 journals of like the first founders. Violet got duped by Nolan. That was so sad. Like, my heart, I was like, no, Nolan. And now Varish is torturing her.
Why do all the main female characters have to get tortured in fantasy series? It is 8:23 p.m. on Tuesday. I haven't really read a lot today and I'm a bit stressed, but that's okay. Hey, if I don't finish it in November, that's okay. Dane is on the redemption arc. He has like joined them when they flew to Aricia. Violet got saved after being brutally tortured by Varish and she killed him. I hated him so much. But let me show you where I'm up to. Okay, I'm up to page 350 actually. I'm up to page 350, so I think I can get a big chunk done tomorrow. The other update I had is Andana has woken up and there's something wrong with her wing and she will never be able to bear a rider apparently. But I have a theory. I feel like that's not going to happen. I feel like she will be able to bear a rider. I mean, this is book 2 out of 5, and Dana, just want her to be happy. So that's my little update. I'm going to drive to my boyfriend's house now and I'm going to listen to the audiobook. So maybe I'll reach page 400. I doubt it, but maybe. I think she's mistranslated the text. And she keeps saying it's Iron Rain, but I feel like it actually says Iron Flame. The blood of life of the 6 and the 1 combined and set the stone ablaze in an iron rain. Ablaze? Iron Flame. Hello, it is, let me check the time, 9:38, and I'm up to page 382. We're now sitting at this. I have this much left to go. I don't know if I can finish it before the end of tomorrow. It kills me to say that. But update to where they are now.
Brennan, Mira, and Violet, the siblings, they have just flown to some place with a nice castle, and Xaden was like,
I'm here. You didn't stay where I told you to.
And then she's like, I'm not a dog or whatever. So it's been a couple days. It's like Monday, the 3rd of December or something. And I'm up to chapter 57. So I kind of gave up on hustling to finish. I kind of had like a rough end of the week and I did not read much at all. But I reckon I can finish it in the next 2 days.
Dane has a second signet. Violet just kind of found out about that, and they're fighting again.
If I'm breathless, it's because I'm walking the dog. I'm kind of tired of just how much Xaden and Violet are fighting. I'm tired of it, and I'm not even the one fighting. Can you just be a power couple and be happy? Why they gotta fight all the time? Oh my god, it is so hot and I look grotesque. This is how much we have to go, guys. I'm up to chapter 59 now. I feel dumb sometimes when I'm reading this. I just feel like there are so many characters. There's so many big things happening that we're not getting the full story of everything.
Violet's just kind of realized that she thinks the Wyvern, the Wyvern and the Dark Wielders are going to go for Basgiath instead of Samara, where they've been told. So that's what's happening.
I don't know if I've spoken about Kat. I quite like her. I think she's a funny little quirky girl. Not that I think she should be with Xaden. I quite like Violet and Xaden if they can cut the shit and stop fighting. But I like Kat's energy. She's very funny. And the name 100% suits her. I'm definitely going to finish this freaking book today if it's the last thing I do. They're about to battle a whole horde of venom going for Basgiath. The audio recording says Basgiath, but I think it's supposed to be Basgiath. Correct me if I'm wrong. Brennan just showed up with all the flyers, so now we're having a team-up battle. It's getting exciting, guys, but I am really just excited to finish because, God, what a feat this will be. Like, I'm going to reward myself with starting a new book once this is done. I'm trying to figure out what will happen at the end because they're right now in the middle of fighting with the venom. It's gonna be a cliffhanger, but are they gonna take Violet? Is she gonna be separated from everyone? Because I feel like if they just win, then we're gonna be back at square one at the beginning of this book. Like, they can't just defeat them and then go back to programming as scheduled. Like, they can't just go back to Year 3. I feel like it needs to be something different, but I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to finish this now. Watch me take another week to finish it. It's 100% Andana is some other dragon because Jacinia just said that you need 7 different types of dragons. Violet was like, but there's only 6. I'm not wrong. Like, I'm just not wrong about this. Hello. Okay, everybody. The pupper is following me. Here are my closing thoughts on Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, the second book in the Empyrean series. At the end of the day, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it and I will be picking up the 3rd book when it comes out. There is no doubt about that. As much as I might complain about it, I did love the drama, the relationship drama. There were many reveals that had me gagged, had me gasped. So I did enjoy it. I'll keep talking about what I liked before I get into the issues that I had. I also really liked everything to do with the world building. So anything that was about the dragons or the venom, that I ate up. I frothed it. It was so fun. Runes? Like, that's my shit. Now let's talk about the things I didn't really like. I think this book made me tired. And it's 600 pages. I think that's a pretty valid experience to have. I was tired. I was kind of done with the whole Xaden and Violet still fighting about trust for over 600 pages. I was tired of that. I was like, guys, let's get over this and let's actually have some stability in our romantic love lives. I do get the fights they had because I'm 21 years old and I would react the same way. But it just makes me wonder if those things necessarily had to happen. It just felt like we were going round and round in circles. Too much was happening I mean, it's 600 pages and I still say too much was happening. Too many little things that were just not really developed. Jack Barlow coming back, and I have questions about that, but we'll come back to that. Letters from Liam to Sloane, his sister, that Violet threatened her about. That was all we really heard about the letters until it was like one of the chapter beginnings. Violet's training about how to aim her lightning. I have no idea what's happening in Rhiannon and Sawyer or Riddick's lives, aside from the fact that Sawyer likes Justinia and I think Rhea is still dating Tara. Too many little things happening and it made me really confused. My mind is only so big. Too many characters. Too many characters. I did not need to know the name of every single person, I think. Hot take, some of the characters could have been just merged into one. Every time she mentioned a character or re-mentioned a character, I was like, I don't even know who this is. What imprint did you have on Violet or me as a reader? I don't know. I mentioned Jack Barlow. I have a question. If they knew Jack Barlow was Venom, they knew he was Venom, that was the whole thing, because Nolan was trying to like mend him, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If they knew he was Venom, why the fuck would they put him back in school? Is his education really that important when you're researching Venom? I know logistically, Rebecca put him back in school so that we as readers and Violet wouldn't be that shocked when he destroyed the Ward Stone at the end. So there's just little things like that that just don't really make sense to me. I love the way it ended with Xaden being Venom now and that he gave into the power because he felt like he needed to and he took it from the earth. I rate that as an ending. That was a cool, sick ending. But yeah, I don't think I'm that attached to any of the characters. Except for Riddock. I think he's my favorite. So I am begging for like multiple perspectives in the future books. I think that would be really interesting. Oh, a little side note. Maybe this is my hottest take. I really don't feel Xaden and Violet's love. When I think of them, I don't think they're in love. They very much give lust vibes, even now. And they both throw around this, I love you, I love you. I'm like, do you? Do you? So I wanna know if I'm alone in that because I don't really feel it and I can't really tell why. I don't know if it's the way it's written or the way they act, but I just don't really feel it. I wonder if they're endgame. He said that as well. Didn't Xaden say we are endgame? I gave this 3 stars, and that's not necessarily a bad rating and that's not necessarily a great rating. It's just, it's there for me. It's there. I do think the hype kind of makes my expectations up here, and when the book's here, my rating's down here. So I do want to acknowledge that, and I do think I am in the minority talking about this book because I love that everyone loves it, and I love the new fantasy series, and I love how many people are reading it. Don't get it twisted. I'm obsessed. As I said, I will be picking up the next book. I think what I have to remember is that this is the second book in a series, and you know, it is probably not going to be as good as the first, and it's not going to be as good as the like 4th or last book. I think that's kind of the deal with like second books. They are there to extend the world, extend the characters, build those relationships so that when everyone dies or when everything changes, you are attached to these characters. I will be reading the 3rd book, obviously. I am excited, and I did, at the end of the day, have fun. I do have issues with it, but I'm not taking it too seriously. These are my closing thoughts on Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I hope everyone enjoyed this vlog. I had a fun time reading it and vlogging this little journey. I obviously was not able to finish this freaking book in 5 days. Everyone, have a good day, keep reading, and slay the day away.